So, I want to say, let me start off by saying, welcome to the TikTok world. Let's understand that China should have some love for us. We should have some love for ourselves. Grateful that TikTok is still on the air. I see more people who look like me, who smile like me, who get the clue. And guess what? It is a clue. Do you get the clue? I'm just trying to understand who we are, where we are in 2025. Because living in 2025 means that you have to be alive. And you just do. Choice is everything, but when you have choice, and then you choose to, oh girl, I don't do no politics. I said, excuse me. We only talk about how they spending the money. But if you're not concerned, maybe you just need to understand that it is we the people. But if we never show up, why in the world would they consider us for the benefit? I'm going to say, tap the screen, like my show, share it. And I'm saying that's the only way we're going to control the narrative. And that's just real. Oh, anybody could be a co-host or a backup co-host, but really we're talking about public education as it is mandatory. Living in America, you too will understand the mandatoriness and the power given to CPS, perhaps, or the power given to the Department of Health and Human Services. Okay. And the thing came up. It says do quick invites, but hey. And, it is what it is. But most people don't understand how that really affects them as individuals. As an American citizen, you do have an obligation to do what? Pay attention, pay attention. And if you're not paying attention, understand, failure has become an option in America for the children who look like us. It's just, I'm going to push that thing that says they want to see more people having conversations about what we're talking about. Keeps on popping up there. Oh no, we don't do the battles. I don't do the battles. I only speak English. Sorry.
Yes, we can speak. Your nose is too big. Your nose is dunakada.
Well, what do you think about America?
Your nose is your Bible.
I am in Nevada.
Okay.
Yeah, USA.
Your lips is big. What is your religion?
Is that important to you?
Yes.
Well, then, my sharing my religion to you is unimportant to me because it's just a program. I'm not, yeah. He said he wanted to know what my religion was. Yeah, real talk. I mean, you can't be out here and control the narrative for the world as we are living in this world, and it does exist. And the narrative that you share is just what you share. And, what you see is what you see. And at my age, I've lived through some stuff. And I've lived beyond people, too. I mean, I have exes, and they don't live anymore. And that's just real. So here we are, still surviving in the year of 2025, where chaos is happening everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. And we're only talking about chaos because it does exist. And then here we are, still surviving. But what will be our narrative, and what is it that you do? But if you're not doing anything locally, what can I say? It's choice. Trials and tribulations is what we live under. And, do you have faith? Is there a universal God? Is everybody? Well, who are gods? And, but this app allows you to be creative and, sow seeds and ask people to join in. And, joining in the conversation is really just joining in the conversation. But you could just sit back and pretend that your box is large, but your box is very small. We grew up listening to Search for Tomorrow, The Young and Restless. Gilligan's Island. I mean, television was our world. And now our children can sit in front of the computer. Click, 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 click. They know the way. They don't have to understand, but they do know the way. And as they know the way, understand this one thing. They'll be able to expand upon what they're seeing right now. And it is amazing. My grandbaby, she's just 3 years old and getting ready to be 4. And, but she understands the concept of work and support and family. You know, because at first when she was just a baby, like 2, she's grown a lot this time. I mean, she doesn't cry when her daddy has to leave her here. She's a happy child. And she tells people what she wants. And she knows how to use the computer. She knows how to use a cell phone, but she really knows how to utilize those avatars or, you know, the facial things, the changes. But here we are. And I believe that they're talking about changing the public education system. I believe it needs to change. I think it's broken. I don't believe that people really understand or don't have an expectation on what should happen. But all children by the age of 3 should have been enrolled in an educational program in the year of 2024. At least that's what the Biden-Harris administration said. And when it didn't happen and states started to whine about, you know, the support that and how much it would really cost, that's how much it's really going to cost to educate all you people. And if you're missing an education, or what is the value of education? I want to understand this degree process, because we got all these people out here with this degree and that degree and this degree, and then we got all this dysfunction out here. And then we actually have people who would have a tantrum in America. I mean, just throw it out. Grown people, all just angry that they can't have their way. And I'm saying, what am I supposed to do about that? You know, what does my religion have to do with me having a conversation out here? I believe I'm a spiritual person. My belief is my belief, and God has taken care of me. And look, I have a roof over my head. It is paid for. I have an automobile, and I'm paying on it. And I get a retirement, which is more. I gotta say, you could work your whole life and not have a retirement. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I've been retired since I was 38. How did that happen? Laying on the system. No, I wasn't laying on the system. The system laid on me, actually. I was working for Los Rios Community College, Casumnas to be exact, where they did all of the copying for all of the whole colleges, all of the colleges and the campuses. But it's the chemicals, Bill. They didn't have good ventilation. It injured me. And so I went out on an injured worker relief program. And so they were going to fire me. But, you know, I filed an EEOC complaint, and I won that. But I should have had an attorney. I should have sought the right to sue, because you don't understand. You negotiating with these devils is just a negotiation, a dance with the devil, dancing with the devil. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're not looking out for your best interests. Here we are. We're American citizens. I mean, you know, I'm pushing this up because, you know, when I went to Kaiser one year, they said, "Oh, we think you have breast cancer." I said, "Oh, really?" And they said, "Yeah." I said, "Where is it?" They said, "Oh, upper right breast, right here, way up on the top. See, you know, you couldn't even see it. It was just right up there." And I'm saying, "Okay, well, they're going to do a partial mastectomy." I agreed to it because I don't know nothing about no cancer, especially nothing about no breast cancer. And so they took it down to the nipple. That day I went into surgery. That night I hemorrhaged. And my sister walked in. She says, "What the hell's going on?" And then they rushed me to the emergency surgery, stopped the bleeding, and then when I got home 2 weeks later, they called me with the results, and guess what? They didn't find it. I said, "Well, how could you not find it? You said it was definitely right there." Well, they said, "Well, the only way we can be sure and not make you take the medication is you just have the whole mastectomy." I said, "Oh, okay, just take the whole damn thing. I don't need it anymore. I'm not nursing any children." And so they took the whole breast, and it's gone. You know, it's just flat there. See, it's just flat. And you have to wear certain bras to try. I didn't go for the reconstruction because the reconstruction would have had me bleeding out again, and who knows what kind of problems I would have brought in my life. But those people who had that reconstruction, well, that stuff is killing them, and it really is. And I'm saying, how can you allow them to put stuff in your body that you have to carry around for life, like luggage? And that's that thing. Do you guys recall? I mean, it was in living color, and the people were in the bed. It's just one man and one woman. And then all of a sudden, it was extra on the side. And then it was extra, extra. And then pretty soon, there was no more room for anybody else. And y'all just sleeping with each other because that's what y'all do. And it's kind of like how I started my life, but not how I ended up. You know what I'm saying? Because, searching and searching and searching, just not finding. And it didn't really matter because I figured it out. I was just searching for me. And when I found myself, I am in love with who I am. That's why I have this filter on. I need to do my hair again, but it's growing out. I like that little short afro because I was bleaching my hair, and I like the curls that come in when the bleach. But it don't necessarily go good when you start flat ironing it. It looks okay. I know how to do my hair, but I also know how to cook. Are you okay over there? Are you surviving? Yes, survival is key. And just to have a regular job is a blessing, especially when you have a roof over your head. But boo, let me just tell you, the rentals are renting here for a huge amount of money, and I'm saying they don't even pay that kind of living wage here. And maybe they start living wage higher in the city of Las Vegas, but out here in the subs or the suburbs, there's Summerlin, there's Anthem, there's Henderson, there's all kind of suburbs here. It's kind of like parted out, just like in Sacramento. And this young lady, she was talking about these 15-minute cities, 15-minute walking cities that they were creating so that when everything shut down, you could walk your ass to the store and get what you need and walk on home. Because we don't even know, but we're going to have to switch over to solar or generation or some other kind of power, because did y'all pay attention to the last fires in the state of California? That was horrifying. All those homes, and with no way to control that. And I'm saying, who are we as American citizens? Because something's funny over there. My son is watching something funny. He's in his own little world. He's in his own little world. He knows I'm over here chatting. But anyways, I was talking and I'm all over the place. I am concerned because the governor in Joe Lombardo said, I wish I could share the post. I don't know if I can share the pictures here, but he said that he was going to support school choice and ensure that happened. And I'm saying, I don't know how, he said he went up to 500% of the poverty index too, to ensure that people who wanted school choice got to remain on school choice programs. And that's what he did. But then we got all these homeless people, and they're living under the city, and it's real. And we have this ability now to create our own content and share, support. You don't have to really put money on it, but I would like some hearts and I would like some gifts, whatever they've got to give, and just to demonstrate that I'm worthy of listening to. But you don't have to listen to me, because one day you're going to have to listen to somebody. And here we are. That one day has come. If you go to the CDC's website, well, it was waiting on Donald Trump to change the website. But I bet all the data is still there. Watch Me Thrive 0 to 5. I bet all of that data is still there. But if you don't know what you should expect for your child to do, how is it that you're supposed to raise that child? And people are raising their children with no knowledge, and they're harming these babies that are so precious. And I'm really trying to understand, what is it that I see? It's all that dysfunction just going on everywhere, but you don't see what I see. So I said, well, I should get out here and share the message. What's the message of? Well, boo, it's a message of empowerment. Wake up. wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You know, that was the song in the day. Back in the day, let me see how many people I have in the room because I want y'all to share, and I need to move my own self because I'm not getting that kind of support. But just a minute. We have 196 people in the room, and I have no diamonds, no new followers, and no gifters. And, you know, it doesn't cost much to give the gifts. It doesn't cost much to tap the screen. It doesn't cost much. But it does demonstrate that you too are in the woke crew, and perhaps you are understanding that it has always just been you and only you that determined the direction of your life. Because first you had to try, and then you had to fail, and then you had to try and try again. And, you know, I did that too. You know, I tried to, here we go. Where them fans at, right? Hey, I'm ready with my fans. It's a beautiful fan, isn't it? Yep. And people make these fans, and you know it's being popular. What's really being popular is country for African American people. Ever since Homegirl came out with, you know, that cowboy song, and it's just real. But you know, people make so much money, and we support that. We support that, making money. But the narrative changed. Way back a couple of years ago, I want to say, you know, I was getting some money on Wisdom, and I was getting some money on Anchor, and, well, hello, me. Say hi to me join the room. And the real deal is that, you know, here we are, living in 2025. And I remember in the year 2525, but it's just 2025. And I really don't know if I don't think I'll be alive in 2525, but we should be talking about what happened in 2024. Because y'all put somebody in the White House and y'all ain't getting no Social Security now, but you might not get any ever. Because that's just a big pot of money. You know, when you're like, gold is sitting on the table and nobody claimed it. And so, you know, all those people that died during the Big C, and they don't have to pay out that money. That money's still sitting there. And because those people won't be able to claim it. And just like when my mama died, her Social Security ended. Just like that. I should have let her adopt my son. And then guess what? He'd still be getting her check. Because it's it's not relevant anymore. She took care of him his whole life. And that was my blessing, that I had her. Because that baby daddy is just a maybe. The black family is so broken. But not all black families are broken. But even the ones with money are broken. And I'm saying, we're just a broken people. And we pay taxes. We pay so much money in taxes, especially y'all people out there making all that money, entertaining the folk, running up and down the field like you know what I'm saying, it's good exercise. It's going to help you live a long life, a long, long life. But, and you're entertaining. But what about the people who can't even get their children in early start program? And then their children have all these behavioral issues. And because they have behavioral issues, guess what? It becomes, public education is like, it's like a health condition. And some people just never benefit. And that's just real. But some people can benefit even with a health condition. You can still survive. But survival is key. And I asked, what are you doing? I'm so happy that y'all happy TikTok is back. Promise y'all that. Because TikTok really didn't regulate you as an individual. It didn't spend a lot of time saying that you was banned. And if you click on the ban thing, that you've been suspended or stuff, you put them viruses on your phone. Don't click on nothing that says that you have a problem. If they would like to, let you know you have a problem, believe me, they can restrict your lives. They can restrict your lives. They can put stuff on your system that you truly can't refute. And so, when they tracking your little phone, where you be at? Man, I be over here. Bruce Mobile. Where you be, man? I be here. Boop, boop. and people in your neighborhood keep track of your friends, but sometimes you do have to track your people. Trump's clowns aren't capable of managing our large treasury. Well, but it doesn't really matter because so many people, they're saying that in the red states, all those disenfranchised voters, I'm sorry, I did not go back and check to see if my vote was counted, but I know that you should be able to log into your state, whatever, secretary or whatever, the one that does the voter thing, and see if your vote was counted because they disqualified so many people's votes so that they could win in the red states. But if you red state people, well, I can say, God don't like ugly. So some door didn't open up for the middle of the country, and tornadoes and all that stuff is happening right about now. And I don't know anymore. Do you? No, because he's going to shut it down with those tariffs. And if you thought you could get something, the 98-cent store ain't going to operate no more. It just ain't going to operate no more. I don't know. I was trying to wonder in the first place, how is it that those 98-cent stores were operating? But let's just understand. Temu. I like Temu. And I'm going to always shop Temu if they going to give me a discount, boo. And they're going to give me a discount because you're making you're selling the same thing they're selling. Why wouldn't you want it for cheaper? I'm just trying to understand because they have these companies and they just put their name on it. Hey, they obviously knew how to put a ring on it, but they put their name on it. And then they come back and sell it to you and then you buy it. Isn't that unfortunate that you bought the same product? But let's just understand people are broken. I mean, when you have to have an alcoholic beverage or something just to maintain some kind of sanity, and then you don't understand that Green Acres was the place to be. That farm living would have been a life for me. But hey, it's real. We have to get that countryside out of us. I mean, I like the down south because down south, I never really lived down south. Hello, hello, hello to everyone who has joined the room. In this live, we have 247 people. I think we're shooting for 500. Now, please share the live. Share the live. Like I say, share the live and give me some love hearts because I like that too. But I'm going to tell you, this is enough. It was enough for me to hear the governor said that he was going to fully support school choice. Do you understand that in America we pay taxes for the people in poverty? Those Title I people, those neglected and delinquent people, the people that would have had a hard time. But we are creating more poverty. That's all we're doing. Because these people have nothing. And I do mean nothing. And, what do? We've lost control over this. Because people are always going to take the easy way out. In Clark County, they're going to start, chastising the children for their cell phones. Instead of building the skills out on Google Classroom and Google, classroom management skills or your, whatever you call it, your coursework. And keeping up with your work instead of teaching them, because everybody needs a calendar. I appreciate the calendar, don't you? I appreciate Google Calendar. Let's get this water. Better do the water. And, here we are. Let me see if I can just do this for a second. Pause. I got to pause the live for a second. I'll be back. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but I got a warning. And I'm not trying to get a warning. So I was talking about the integrity of life and choice. And all of our choices. We all have choices. And in America, it is unfortunate that so many people don't understand that there is power in choice. And there is power in the choice to choose to live life abundantly and be blessed and highly favored. Now, how's that? Water. Candy. But I'm not exactly sure what they're saying. In America, we do have issues of entitlement. Some people are entitled. And the judgment on the conversation, it's real. Perception is everything. What's up? You hurting? Okay. But you never know the value of life until you suffer from the restrictions of it. So, how would I know if I've said they can just, they can do a lot of things with this technology. So if they think that you're going down a road that they don't want you to go down, they should send you a little thing, notice. Because they can. That's just real. Because that's who they are. Let's see. Well, let's see if anybody likes the live or is offended by the live. But let's just start. Having them, want to know if people like the live or people are offended by the live because I got a warning when I went to the bathroom.
Really?
I did. But I don't know if people choose to participate. Hello. I don't know how long it lasts, but I don't got anybody voting. Maybe there's nobody in the room. But I do have 49 hearts. And God is good because I'm 66 and I'm blessed. And I know I'm blessed and highly favored because I'm making it. It's unfortunate that life is so difficult for so many. The poll's going to end in 8 seconds and nobody voted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, participation is key. A lot of people don't participate in things. It's amazing though, because people do. People do, and then people choose not to. Yeah. I should to share my live. Bum 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 bum. Maybe that will give me some more participation. And this is Darlene Phillips Anderson. Please share your live or encourage more viewers to share the live. So I shared my own live. I did. Maybe if you start talking, then people will listen because they like to see men talking. No, it is real though. William said TikTok universe metric something.
What?
I don't know. I was just listening. I'd be nosy all the time.
Yeah.
It was really kind of dead downtown today.
Really?
Yeah. What's supposed to happen today? Oh, because today is the official day?
Yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all.
Did they have any cars out there?
No.
The car show was over?
I came the wrong way.
No, but didn't you look out on the street?
No, I didn't. Didn't even look on the street.
Was it dead inside the casino?
Mm-hmm. Very dead.
Oh.
It was really.
Oh, no.
It was really dead on the casino.
Woo.
Yeah.
Chalua.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so, anyways, this life is really real. Consequences are real when you choose not to participate, but y'all don't know nothing. And if you didn't know, I mean, listen to Jasmine Crockett. She be whipping that behind on that floor. She has lots to say, and I enjoy her immensely. A lot of people don't enjoy her, but I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I enjoy anybody who has a, like there's Fax Porcupine, and he's on Podbean. And he's an interesting character. I think he's beginning to try to run for office too. And more people will choose to open up politically and have a conversation about what they see is important and what they see that is unimportant. But it matters because in America, when people don't make it, and they deserve to invite Wisdom Nation 042 to co-host. Oh no.
It's pretty interesting.
What's interesting?
Just algorithm. Everything is just super loaded into whatever people that think your purpose should be. People are just loading up on that heavy and giving you that energy. It's really ego based, the love that people show. So I'm just getting used to my audience forcing me to do comedy and nothing else.
Well, you could do whatever you want to do.
No, I can do it, but will it get the attention that look, I could do a lame joke and it'll still garnish more attention. You know? But when I put my umph in it, let me tell you. Whew,
Oh no, we don't need that backcamera.
Musical artist just shared on his profile. All it takes is one share.
But like I said, we have this strange society that glamorizes entertainers, and and then because in America it's always been a house and field for the system, and it operates when people are house, they're in the in crew, and when people are field, they're looking to get in, and I'm not looking to get in.
It's like,
but I do want to understand, how they figure that this is going to continue, because giving opportunities so few. What happened? Oh, did you want one? Okay, because she has a whole box of them. I'm gonna go get a few more. And there is just a difference. A house Negro is still a house Negro because he's been on the inside. He knows what's going on.
It's just the inner workings. It's like when you know the inner workings of something like that, you can just always jump in like double dutch.
But what about the field Negroes? Field Negroes are always wanting to come in.
Well, they got to be taught. And they got to want to learn, too.
They do have to want to learn.
Because I definitely, when I worked in a hotel, all the people that was trying to cross over from housekeeping to different departments, I put them on. I said, you need to change your vocabulary. That's step one. Step two, I said, you need to read the newspaper. You need to be able to talk about current events with your manager.
Educated, huh?
Real quick. That changed the dynamic. I said, you do that for a month straight, it'll change everything. I said, read the newspaper.
But people don't feel that there's a need to grow.
It just be basic,
Yes, it is basic. But, understanding the systems function because they need to depend on the system functioning. And so just like when he went in there and tried to clean up stuff, he claimed he was cleaning up. He figured out that this is a more complicated puzzle than he ever thought. And I'm saying pimping ain't easy, but guess what? Yes, pimping ain't easy, but damn sure been breezy. How's that? Yeah, shit. Yeah.
I was thinking, where's the nails? Because I was getting ready to hang the
They have those
up
little
there.
tiny.
Yeah, them tiny nails. Where did they go?
I don't know, but they're around here. Yes. Huh? Stay out of the backyard. I'm not in the backyard. Daddy's right there. He's not leaving yet. Daddy's not leaving. I am enjoying myself out here on the patio. Yes, I am. On the patio. Yes, I am. Oh, well, Daddy's getting ready to make salad, so you should be happy. Get ready to eat salad. Healthy food. She's straight vegan, raw food vegan. And, you know, when you choose to dedicate yourself to health and health consciousness, and, you know, my son is a raw food vegan. He's also, you know, Rastafarian, whatever. And, whatever. Lives a different lifestyle, but still is my child. And I have 3 boys, actually. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just one person, and I raise my sons as a single parent. That doesn't happen often. When I look at the statistics here in Nevada, it's horrifying. You can't have an 88% population of Negro children in the juvenile justice system and say that you're supporting everyone equally. It's just not happening. So I do question all the time. Maybe that's the rules that I've been violating, talking about what I know to be true. And I do. Because I looked at the data. I listened to the meetings. I recorded the meetings. I shared the meetings on my Spotify channel, Parent Empowerment, half an hour. Are you leaving?
No.
No. And
That chili was really good.
well, there's plenty more, right? Or no?
There's plenty more. I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna have another bowl of chili.
It's on the. It might start getting on the skippy side once Tyler realizes that I dipped in it first. Everybody gives it that first day of grace, and then.
I don't know. I have to figure out what we're gonna cook the next time. You know, I cook like every other day.
It was good though.
But I know how to cook. So many people, they don't know how to cook. And they eat a lot of that processed food. But what's worse is they heat it up in the microwave. And they say, now I'm not sure, but they do say that the chemicals melt into the food and you're intoxicated in eating that too. And then there are people that are just getting cancers. All kind of cancers. Well, even the plastic water bottles, they're saying, not good. You know, not good for you. And that's just real. You have to buy that BPH free. Yeah. Or maybe you guys, I got the warning because I talked about breast cancer. Well, I happen to have experienced it, so it's the wrong kind of shirt to be wearing. But I really don't care because I have no need for them anymore. It's just a, you know, a how you look thing, you know. Let me see. I'm not gaining it. I don't. Maybe I'm not even live anymore because I still have 269 and I've shared. I'm gonna share again. Share again. Share on Facebook. Facebook. And I shared it to Facebook. I live stream on Facebook because I like it. Because people I know are there. It's like everybody's in the house. But, you know, I'm a daughter in the lodge, Elks Lodge. But it really doesn't matter. I see and find that being a part of the committee, it doesn't do anything for you. Because guess what? People who want to do stuff are choosing to do the work. And there it is. So if you want to, like Tina Baltimore, she does line dancing, and she does it for the community. But she was also working for the heart healthy people, you know. Hey, that was good. But oh, now I gotta change the dynamics in the room and see if I can get more people, because it's going to be me. And you just got to be free. Mm-hmm. There I am. Now I'm still back. I didn't have to leave the screen. I was just on another program, so I don't know what you saw. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me see. Let me check. All right, now it's moving 278 because I was at 269 for a long time. 69 for a long time. Okay, there we go. But, I'd like to talk about, well, I'm confused because, public education is just mandatory. I always thought of it like blackmail because if you didn't follow the process, then they could take your children. And with the number of children who are in the foster care system, with the number of women who graduate from foster care without even going back or not having no families, and I mean, it's destroying life for so many. And I don't like this. Yeah, Nevada was warned that that their kinship rate was they needed to allow to have African American grandparents to take care of their children and provide funding for them. That's what they were supposed to be doing. Did they do it? Well, they're still taking these children from these young people instead of providing real resources. No housing, no nothing. If you don't have housing, they take your children. But at least when you have a family member, you can do what? But if the relationship is fractured, we need to do better by our own people. Because, you know, you're supposed to forgive. Not necessarily forget, but forgive. And like I said, the relationship that I had with my exes was all fractured. But my children still had the opportunity to have, a quality relationship with their other parent. But the other parent chose not to, and so choice is everything. As choice is everything. And people just choose. But you're you're on your own journey. It's amazing. Let me see if Newsbreak is saying something. Newsbreak. I'm gonna see if I can see it. Huh? He was running. He was not trying to get caught with that high level of alcohol in his system. Because that's more time. You do the time, you do the crime, you're gonna do the time. It's just real. It's real. I pull the shirt back on the back. And maybe it'll stop sliding down in the front. I don't know, like, straighten myself out. I'm sitting, so it's difficult. I got this waist thing on for my low back. It's messed up. Yep. Okay. All right. Push this down. Now maybe they'll stay. Maybe they'll stay. So, hey. What you say? We should have some music, but I have no music player out here. Yep, I'm still waiting to build some capacity here. And I mean, more people in the room. No, 281. I'm trying to at least get to 300. Shoot. And any diamonds and stars will be appreciated. Or anything you have. Really. We can put that multi-guest thing up. I think you have to select it. What about that one? Switch to that one. I switched to it, but I don't see it. It's not there. And go back and try it again. Okay. No, it's whatever. When the tools don't work.
Pero ya que llegó otro, pero no sé hacer
Pardon?
batalla yo.
I don't
No,
speak that one.
no sé hacer batallas.
Mm-mm.
No. A ver, pues no sé cómo salir.
Mm-mm.
No sé cómo se sale. A ver,
No capiche, no
no, s-
capito.
a ver, no sé cómo sacar, cómo salir.
I don't know how to
A
do it.
ver, no sé cómo hacer para sacar ese. Eh, pues no. Estamos en una transmisión en vivo, estamos en ofertas, no estoy haciendo batallas, no estoy haciendo batallas, así que por ahí si tiene la amabilidad de salir, pues no sé cómo salir de ahí, cómo hacer para salir de esto. A
No.
ver, aquí creo que, a ver, enviar a todos. No, no sé cómo. No sé cómo, muchachos.
There we go. What do you do when you do that? Because you don't, I don't, I didn't understand a thing he was saying, but I'm sure his followers do what he was saying. I did not understand. It's just real. That's the one thing I don't like about this app. You should be able to have a little referee conversation to see if you want to, join in that kind of conversation. No. No capiche, I only speak English, so I'm not going to do that battle thing. And I'm not going to, unless I have people that I actually know, have a conversation with or have talked to in the past. That's not going to happen. I think I'm just going to get off for a minute. Let me see how many people. 281. No, staying. No, I'm going to leave now. But anyways, I'll say y'all have a blessed day now. I'll be back maybe later.